Hello everyone. So today I'm going to tell you how I bought over $10,000 worth of gold and silver during the pandemic. But before we get started, let's get ready. There we go. All right, so let's get this started. So we're in early May. The pandemic has been going on since the start of January, well, actually the end of January. It hit us pretty hard here in Canada starting in March. That's when the government started to shut down the businesses and people went into a quarantine. Personally, I did it about a week, I'd say, before the government asked us to. The reason for that is I'm the high risk group. I'm diabetic and I'm almost 50. So if this thing was to hit me, it would not be good. So I've been trying to avoid it at all cost. Thankfully, my business is seasonal. So during the winter, I do mostly administrative stuff and web design and things like that. So I don't really meet a lot of clients during the winter, so it didn't really make a big difference for me being in quarantine in terms of revenue and things like that. Now my business is just starting to open again. I have quite a few appointments booked now for May. So I had to adjust the service I offer because some of the services would put me really at risk. So those I had to cut out from what I offer this year. I guess like many people, I'm going to be affected quite a lot this year. I really hope that we can find a way to beat this thing pretty quickly so that things can go back to normal. We already have to deal with the economic situation, which is pretty bad. So with the pandemic on top of it, it can create the perfect storm for really, the disaster scenario that a lot of people have been predicting. So because of that, I decided to go pretty much all in on gold and silver this winter. I purchased as much as I could, despite the fact that, the dealers are closed and the local shops either have no stock or they're closed. And when you do find anything, it's overpriced. But still, the way I see it is, if this thing goes south, and the dollar crashes, pretty much the only thing that will protect me against that is having a large stack of silver and gold. So that's my belief, and I decided to act upon it. So I converted as much as of my dollars into silver and gold as I could. So I was able to make 6 purchases since mid-March, and I'm going to show you everything I purchased basically. So as the title of the video says, this is over $10,000 in purchases. It comes out exactly to $11,415. Those are Canadian dollars. So if you're in the US, if you're in the US, the exchange rate is about 30% less. So that would be, let's say, about $8,000 maybe, roughly, in the US dollars. So still, I think it's a quite nice purchase. I started stacking in November, and before this thing hit, my stack was rather small. I had maybe $2,000 worth of precious metal at that point, so my stack increased quite a lot during the last few months. I will very likely do a full stack video next month, so that I can show everything I have purchased and a few of the numismatic stuff that I have. Well, actually, it's more semi-numismatic. Unfortunately, during the pandemic, I was unable to find anything really that I would consider collectibles for me. I did purchase different type of bars and different type of rounds, but those are common generic stuff. So even though it's going to go, one of each is going to go into my collection, it's not necessarily what I'm looking for when it comes to semi-numismatic. But hopefully, like the dealerships, the online dealers actually have started to reopen. Kitco opened this week. They sent me an email and said they were in business again in Canada. And I'm hoping that the other ones will follow pretty quickly. The local coin shops are going to open in about 2 weeks. So I might have more opportunities to buy and find stuff that I'm really looking for instead of just the generic stuff that I'm purchasing now. So okay, so let's show you some metal. I'm guessing you're going to be interested to see that. So what I'll do is I'll show you each purchase individually, and you're gonna be able to see the whole thing stacking up. So the first purchase I did was with Atlantic Gold and Silver Center. This purchase I did on the eve of the crash. So I purchased, and the next day the market went south. Yeah, from there what I got was 20 ounces of silver bars. So those are the ones I purchased. Go. So I don't know if you play poker, but we're gonna have quite a nice stack to show shortly. Yeah. All right, so that was the silver on that order. And also on that order, the reason I placed the order was to get this. So this was my first gold bullion. So this is a 1 ounce maple leaf. Go. So that's the basically the start of my stack. Before that, I had 2 grams of well, no, I actually had 2 grams of gold, and I also had about an ounce. I would say I had about an ounce in fractional. So this is my my first 1 ounce coin. So that was the first purchase. I did that in early March. I believe it was on the 12th or something like that. And the next day, basically, the price just you know, crashed. And afterwards, I tried to purchase again from that supplier, and they were out of stock, so I was unable to do so. So for that order, prices were amazing. On the gold, I got it pretty much at spot. I believe it was like 2% or a spot, something like that. It was crazy low. That's why I wanted to purchase it. And for the silver, the price was really competitive. It was pretty much the lowest I was able to find on any of the online dealers. So I was really looking forward to purchasing many times from that dealer. And unfortunately, like, I guess they're small because they pretty much ran out of stock immediately. And they closed afterwards. They're not even accepting orders now. So I hope, you know, that they come back in business. I'm thinking that when everything goes back to normal, it's probably a place I'm going to do a lot of business with. I'll also have eventually a review video for that dealer, but I think right now it's not worth putting out any review videos because basically all of the places are closed, so no one is really going to be interested in seeing where, you know, I did my purchases and what the experience was. But once everything is back where you can purchase from them again, I'm guessing that you know, having the information regarding their shipping and how it went and everything will be of interest to you guys. So the second purchase I did was with a local dealer. When I purchased there, it was pretty much the only one who had anything. Like all of the local coin shops were dry. The online dealers, some of them still had stuff, but it was super expensive, and you know, it wasn't worth purchasing at that point. And he had prices that were okay. They were pretty much inflated compared to the normal prices, but compared to the online dealers, he was at a really big discount. Like I'm talking like $3 an ounce under for silver, and for gold, it was like $100 less for the same gold item. So it was a really nice find for me, and I hadn't seen that dealer before. But I was pretty much calling everywhere in town trying to find something, and he was the only one that was actually open and had stock and at a decent price as well. So I did a purchase there immediately when I found them. So when I went, I purchased 20 ounces of silver bars. So those were the ones I purchased there. Just rearrange this here. So those are the Scotiabank ones. So Scotiabank is getting out of the silver and precious metal business. It looks like they're thinking it's not worth it. I don't really understand, but banks do what they do, you know. So I purchased 20 of their bars, and I went back a day or two later and purchased gold from him. So the item I purchased was this gold bar from the Royal Canadian Mint, which was a really good price at the time. He was selling it with $100 premium, if I remember correctly. So I purchased that. So that was at the end of March. And so I kept looking around, trying to find other stuff, you know, trying to find other metal and see if other places had better prices and what was available. Because the thing is, with me, is when I purchase, I always try to find some numismatic stuff. I'm trying to collect as well as stack. So I always want to purchase at least like one silver coin that would be like a kookaburra or you know, a Queen's Beast or anything that that would be a little bit semi-numismatic. And basically, this guy, all he had was generic stuff. So I was trying still to find other places that had maybe things that I would be able to purchase, but I couldn't find any. So a few days later, I decided to go back and I purchased a second gold bar. So exactly the same thing, basically another Royal Mint, not Royal Mint, but the Royal Canadian Mint gold bars. So same item. The difference is this time it was $50 more expensive. So in like 2 or 3 days, even though the spot price had not moved, the premium had increased quite a bit. You know, since no one else had anything, I guess he felt that he could charge more and make more money out of it. So, so I did that purchase in March as well. So if you're in a situation that, you know, you're thinking, well, you know, there's nothing available, there's, you know, I can't purchase, you know, try, I mean, just call everywhere, you know, look on the internet, do Google searches. There is metal available. There are places that no one knows about, and like that place that I found where I purchased the gold here, is in the same building as Kitco, and like he's not advertising or anything like that, so it's very hard to find. Like I was able to find them through doing multiple Google searches and then finding it. But it's not the first place that we would go to. So these places exist, they have stock, and they will probably sell it at a good price because they don't have like a huge demand for their material. I've seen a lot of videos from other channels where, you know, they can find really nice deals. So maybe not the type of deals that we would have before the pandemic, but still compared to what the online dealers are charging, it's a good deal. So it's possible to stack and it's possible to purchase, even though the market is really, really hard right now. So the fifth purchase that I did, let's see, which one was it? Oh yes, it was with another place that I'm not gonna name right now, because this is my only place where I can find metal right now, and I don't want them to run out of stock. So, so they are a very small place. They're very far away, and it costs a fortune to ship, but their prices are really, really low. So what I did is I placed several orders there. Well, I say several. I placed 2 orders there. Yep. So I placed 2 orders there. On the first one, I did the purchase with a friend. The reason for that is I figured, you know, like the shipping from that place is almost $50. So I thought to myself, if I purchase from there, it's gonna increase the cost of purchasing a lot. If I can find friends who would be interested to purchase with me, we can do a group order, and then we can split the shipping, and it's gonna cost a lot less for each one of us to place the order. So I already knew one of my friends I've been stacking a lot longer than I have. Like he was able to make a killing during the last crash, like in 2008. He sold a lot of gold. He had purchased it, if I remember correctly, he purchased it at around $400, and when he sold it at 1,600. This, of course, is Canadian money, so I don't know what the exchange rate was at that time, but I think at that time, though, the exchange rate was really good. I think the dollar was either on par or even more expensive than the US dollar because the US dollar had crashed. So yeah, so he was able to purchase at really low a few years before, and then he sold it at 1,600 an ounce. So he made quite a lot of money doing that, and he's one of the reasons actually that I started stacking when I heard about it from Robert Kiyosaki. I remembered that guy and I said, oh, yeah, that's true. This guy made a lot of money doing that. So it influenced me to purchase in November. So this time around, so yeah, I contacted him and said, are you able to find silver locally, or have you been able to buy or anything like that? And he was telling me, no, everywhere I called, there's nothing. They're all closed and all sorts of things. So told him, well, I found a place. Shipping is super expensive, but the prices are good. So if you want, we could place an order together. And he agreed. So we both purchased exactly the same thing, which is funny. He said, well, I'll purchase whatever you're purchasing. So we did. I doubled my order basically, and he took half and I took the other half. So on that order, what I got was 10 ounces of silver. So these are the ones that I got. These are from the same company that I had the bars from, Asahi, which is the Japanese refiner. The camera is really badly placed for me. Let me just zoom in. Okay, here we go. So that's what it looks like. So they're very nice rounds. I think I really like the look of the bars and the rounds from that company. So I purchased 10 ounces for my silver stack. And for my gold stack, I ordered an half ounce maple leaf. And they didn't have any in stock, and they didn't even warn me, and they just sent us 4 of the quarter ounces. So actually, these are worth more. Like each quarter ounce has a higher premium normally than 1 ounces, than 1 half ounce. So the premium goes down as you increase, as you all know. But they didn't charge me an extra. They simply included the 2 half ounces and replaced the. I'm sorry, I'm talking sideways. So yeah, they replaced the 2 half ounces that we ordered by 4 quarter ounces instead. So basically it came to the same price, and I have coins that are actually worth more now, which is nice. So that was the first order. This one I did, let me think. That was in early April. So I really liked that experience. I mean, they shipped pretty quickly, and the prices were really low compared even to the place that I was telling you about locally. Like he was selling about $100 more for the gold, and the silver he was selling like $2 over what they are. So the price were amazing. Of course, you have to pay shipping. It's gonna come to a little bit more money, but if you place a large order, then the shipping cost itself is not that important. Just take a sip here. I wish I could slurp, but I can't. And also, I think there's a copyright on that, so I'm not gonna try to steal from my friend Sal. So yeah, so that was order number 5. And yeah, before I go to order number 6, I don't know if you guys watched the video where I explained 3 ways to win precious metals, but I was telling you about the giveaway that I have coming from Lady Bullion. She received my package about 2 months ago, and it hasn't been done yet, but I'm guessing it's going to be done soon. In my mind, it was supposed to be done last week, but I guess not. Because she told me when I talked to her, she told me I have a couple of giveaways to do before yours. So for me, in my mind, a couple is 2. But people sometimes use a couple to say multiple, so I guess that's what she meant. So I'm really hoping she does mine soon. I'm really looking forward to having the giveaway be done, and that my subscribers can win something. It's something that's fun for me, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be fun for you as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully she's going to inform me soon, and I'll post a video to let you know, and the video will also allow you to participate in the giveaway. Oh yeah, the other thing is, I was also talking in that video about the 1,000 subscribers for my channel, that I'm slowly creeping toward that number, so hopefully it's going to be coming soon. Yeah, I've been thinking over the last 2 weeks about what I can do once I hit 1,000. You know, everyone tries to do something different. So what I have in mind, I would like to know if you like that idea, and let me know in the comments, please. But what I'm thinking is I would do like a monthly giveaway, and the way I would do it is it would be 3 prizes. So the first prize would be for anyone who place a comment on my videos. So I would probably just pick one of my videos at random and do a giveaway to the people who commented in that video. So that would be like basically for everyone that watches my channel, and it wouldn't require you to leave a comment on a specific video or anything like that. So anytime you leave a comment, you're automatically inscribed on my channel for all of the giveaways basically that would be in the future. So I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know if you like it. If you do, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know why, so that I can find a different formula if you prefer something else. But that would be the first one, the first prize. The other prize I would do is I'm thinking about starting a Patreon, because you know the precious metal community channels, basically, they're not making any money with YouTube. There's too few viewers, and like the small amount of money that comes from watching the videos is not even covering basic fees. You're looking at maybe $2 per 1,000 views, and like most of the videos that we post have like maybe 2,000 or 3,000 views. So we're making like say $4 or $5 on a video that takes usually 5 hours to prepare. So it's peanuts basically. So I'm thinking about doing a Patreon account so people can subscribe if they like my content. And what I would do is I would automatically inscribe, all of my Patreon would be inscribed for the second prize for each monthly video. Not each monthly video, but each monthly giveaway. So that would be a way for me to give back, you know, to the people supporting me. So that would be the second one. And for the third one, once YouTube allows me to have memberships on my channel, I believe it comes with the 1,000 subscriber mark, but I'm not sure. But if it does, what I would do is I would allow people who are members of the channel to be entered automatically into a giveaway as well. So basically, if someone was a member of my channel and was a Patreon as well, you would have 3 chances to win. And if not, you could have automatically 1 chance and maybe a second one if you are either a member or if you're a Patreon. So let me know what you think. That's my plan right now. Probably gonna put that forward unless something better comes either to my mind or someone suggests something else that I like a lot more than what I'm thinking of doing. But those are my plans at the moment. I do tend to change my mind until things are in place, so it's fluid right now. But you know, I always look at comments, and I love when people chat on my comment boxes. So please do so and let me know what you all think. So yeah, so the sixth purchase I did, that was a few days ago. I received it early this week. So I purchased again from the same place that purchased last time. This time though, I had 2 of my friends join me for the for the purchase. So we split the instead of costing for $50. Basically cost us like $15 or $17 each for the shipping. So that was pretty nice. One of the person that joined me is one of my friends who had been thinking about you know, precious metals since I started, but wasn't sure, and so he decided to dive right in this time around. So he purchased 12 ounces, actually 11 ounces of silver. So that's a very, very good start for someone new. I hope he likes it and that he's gonna keep stacking. I don't know his mind on that, so it's we're gonna have to talk, you know, over time and see if he picks up the silver bug like we all did. So yeah, for this order, I placed an order for all of these. So let me think, how many was that? It was 20. Yeah, so, and 21, I believe. So so that's one of the nice ones. So this is the classic Indian head with the buffalo, but this one is from the same company, the Japanese company SAE. So they also do this one, and this one is a proof. So it's pretty nice, and they sell it for generic price. So it's hard to go wrong with that. I should have purchased more of those, but you know, I love the classic design from the normal round, so I wanted to have both, which is pretty much the issue with me every time. I want everything, and I want a lot of it, so I have to limit myself as much as I can. So that's the silver I purchased. So if you guys play poker, that would be a nice stack here. Like if you go all in, it would be very, very hard to call. Like, you know, can push all of that. So, but of course you better have a good hand because you don't want to lose that. And anyway, so the the other purchase that I did was some gold. So this is Johnson Matthey half ounce. On their website, it's not exactly that design, so I was a bit surprised when I received it. But again, the price was really good. Their prices are excellent. If it wasn't for the shipping, they would be completely killing every competitor in terms of price. So so it forces me to purchase a lot when I purchase there. Otherwise, like if I was just to purchase like 20 ounces of silver, it would be $2.50 more per ounce for the purchase, which would make absolutely no sense. But once you do a large purchase, then you know it doesn't really matter as much. But I'm really curious to see once the other online dealers open and start receiving stock and things like that, if the prices are going to be competitive with these guys. And especially with what are they called? Silver Gold Bull, they have a price guarantee, so they normally match any competitor. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to be doing. I actually sent them an email today asking them, you know, when are you thinking about removing that 20+ day shipping restriction and having prices so high. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to answer and, you know, what their plans are and if they have any idea of when the market will come back to normal for them. But yeah, so pretty much that's the purchase I did. So all of this here is worth almost $12,000. And before I let you go, I have another thing I wanted to talk about. Just going to take a sip. This stuff is really good. I don't know if you guys like cherry Coke, and I don't drink sugar because I'm diabetic, but this stuff tastes as good as cherry Coke, and I can't really get enough of it. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about was Bitcoins. I was watching another Overtaxed Taxpayers video last month, I believe. And he was talking about how he was buying Bitcoins and things like that. And I'd been thinking about it for about 2 months. Like when I wasn't able to purchase silver and couldn't find anything, I was thinking, you know, maybe I should get into Bitcoins. It's not as good, but it's a good option. You know, it's possible to make money with Bitcoins and things like that. But 2 weeks ago, I purchased the Ledger, which is a small. It looks like it's a USB key basically, but it's a secured device. So it's really complicated to access it. You have to enter passwords, and it's encrypted, and it's a crazy little gadget basically that you can purchase. And when you want to secure your bitcoins, so I purchased that in order to purchase bitcoins, and then I registered on the two largest exchanges, which is Coinbase and Binance. Well, I think they're the largest. That's from my research. Maybe there are other large exchanges that I don't know about, but from all of the research I did, these seems to be the most important ones in the market. So I registered with both and tried to purchase from both and was completely unable to do so. And the reason for that is that they only accept payments by credit card, and all of the Canadian banks are they don't allow people to use credit cards to purchase bitcoins. So I was kind of stuck because I wanted to purchase and they wouldn't accept any of the modes of payment that were available to me. I tried to contact their technical support, and when you call, they don't answer. Like, the only way you can reach them is, I believe, if you have an issue with a transaction or something like that. They don't answer the phone to give information regarding their services, which I find pretty funny. But anyway, I sent them emails to both to ask how to proceed, because my credit card wouldn't go through, and that I wanted to purchase, but I needed an alternate option in terms of payment. And after a week, it took a week for them to reply. And after a week, basically they told me, well, you can use, I can't remember the exact, there's a kind of a security device on some credit cards that's available, but none of those are available in Canada. So what the information they gave me was completely useless, basically. So I kept searching and looking at videos and Google searching, and finally I found another place in Canada that accept e-transfers. So basically you can go to your bank and say to the bank, transfer X amount of money to that email address, and then what they do is they receive a link, and it allows them to do a direct transfer to their bank account. So they accept that. So I did that, and when they did, the bank blocked the transaction again. So banks are really making it as hard as they can to prevent Canadians from purchasing bitcoins. I think they're pretty threatened by bitcoins from the look of it. Because I can understand on credit cards, because on a credit card, basically their mentality could be, well, someone could take our credit card, load it up with bitcoins, and then declare bankruptcy, and we have no way of recovering that money. But when we're doing an e-transfer, we're actually doing a money transfer from our bank account. So it's our money that we're transferring to someone else. So the bank has no risk in that. It's me giving money to someone else. So the bank doesn't have to put any warranty or anything like that on the money. And they can't lose, basically. So they blocked the transaction. So the dealer told me, well, you have to contact your bank and ask them to approve it. Otherwise, I can't make the deposit. So I did that. I called my bank, and finally, after like 30 minutes on the line, they finally released the funds, and I was able to make the purchase. So now I have bitcoins. I purchased $500 of it. Just want to put a small dab and see how it goes. I did a little bit of research, but not much. So if any of you guys is like good at bitcoins or cryptocurrencies in general and know his way around it, because my issue right now is I don't know if I should hold just bitcoins or if I should diversify into other coins. My thinking is Bitcoin is probably the best one to have overall, but maybe the smaller ones have a better potential for growth, because like I saw one that was, can't remember the name. They use it to finance entertainment projects over the planet. Like it's a real nice project, and like it's at 2 cents a share. So I'm thinking, if it's like bitcoins were going for peanuts when they started out, and look at them right now, they're selling for like $10,000. So I'm thinking if I put a few dollars in it, purchase a lot of shares with a few dollars, and just keep it, and like in 10 years it might be worth a fortune. So is that a good mentality to have? What do you guys think, and how do you do it? Because my goal for Bitcoins will be to basically play the market. I'm not like gonna buy and hold. So from what it looks like there's the volatility is about 30% per month on Bitcoins. So I'm thinking if I can purchase at the low and sell at the high like every month, it is possible to make a lot of money. I don't know if that will keep going that way, or if after a while it's just going to crash completely, or if it's going to go to the moon. I have no idea. But from what I've seen in the past months, before the crash, of course, because since the crash it's been a little bit different. But like if I look at January and February and December, like you look at the highs and you look at the lows, and it's about 30%, which is crazy. I mean, fluctuation 30%, it's for someone who's trading, that's perfect. I mean, if stocks could do that, all stock traders would be rich. So yeah, so Bitcoins, that's what I'm gonna go into now, as well as precious metals. So let me know again if you've been trying to purchase Bitcoins in the past, what were your experiences were. Really curious to know. It's a completely different thing. I've never had any assets of that kind, so it's very exciting. And I'm really willing to listen to any advice you might have. Since I'm a complete newbie, I have everything to learn, and if you like also Bitcoins, let me know, so that I might make some videos from time to time, or at least talk about them in my videos if you guys enjoy that type of thing. So that was basically the content for this video. That's all I had to say. As usual, if you liked it, please hit the like button. It helps the channel a lot. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm going to be releasing videos every week. Normally I post on every Saturday, and sometimes more. Thank you for watching. It's very appreciated, and I hope I'll be able to see you on the giveaway. If one of you could win some stuff, I would be really happy to see that. Okay, so have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one.